Yeah, I'm just down the shitty park that I mentioned the other day. Like, you look and, like, all you can see really is traffic. That's pretty much the park for you. Like I said, I have seen better window boxes. But anyway, pretty good day, all told. Uh, 3 weeks to the day since I was out of hospital, since I was out of a psychiatric ward, I should say, and and I've had a few bouts of reading. Now, it took me 6 weeks when I was on the hospital ward to do that, the psychiatric ward, to do that. I have to keep looking around just in case someone swipes my phone. Um, but yeah, it took me about 6 weeks to get to that. This time, 3 weeks. 3 weeks to the day. And now I can start building into a routine and so on and so forth. But a day that went really well. It's just a pity that these people are so enamoured with whatever project they've got, whatever goals they've got, or whatever ad campaign they're still besotted with, sort of thing. That you do have to take into account. Sooner or later, these people are going to pull a stunt to try and engineer some sort of sense that, we need to charge him with pharmacological chemicals to whatever. But yeah, it has been a really good day. I mean, it started off with me going into town. Nothing much, except this girl, who I guess was a psychiatric worker, all dressed up, some bizarre costume, and with this walk that I just saw someone who'd been dropped off somewhere over there, or encouraged to go over there, walking to the end of the park, walking to go out of the park, and both had this air of, you ever heard of the film The Stepford Wives? It's like they're doped up in the interests of a certain form of power. And they will have this walk, and it's all really, like, really fucking strange to see it, to see these people with the air that they've got. But it is real Stepford Wives sort of stuff, like no personality whatsoever. You can just go like that, and nothing would register. But yeah, but it also, the one first thing reminded me of. Now, we know my calls almost certainly get routed to psychiatric workers, and it's like when you speak to them, and this is starting to happen with fellas as well. When you speak to them, it's almost as if they're it seems that they're on a bizarre concoction of steroids and amphetamines. They're really pumped up. You have to say, sometimes you feel like saying, "Who'd you get your gear off, love?" Anyway, or to the blokes as well. Really strange stuff. But yeah, when you see stuff like that. I mean, I could have filmed the girl walking through the park and it was a real, like, strange walk. It was just like odd. But you just leave them to it. And so on. We've just had some performances in the park. Some fella over there performing, like with the girl probably dropped off somewhere over there. It's just like, whoa. But anyway, some fella over there as well, and a couple of other fellas. But it's this thing they're so engrossed in. But as I said, no real. I mean, significant druggings this morning, first thing. Really significant. I had to force myself to have a shower to go out. But I went out, and it went really well. Really well. Came back, got into the swing of things. Didn't have hardly any fatigue all day, which was which sort of shows, like, that when I do get fatigue, it's off the back of. Oh, here we go. We got some beefcake coming here to be on display. But yeah. It's like so. He's got the frame of a wood pigeon, has he? I don't know, something like that. But anyway, he's all dressed in black as well. On the 1st of May, right? Actually, we had some of them walking into town, when town's shutting up, they're walking into town just to be noticed. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, and so on and so forth. And all of a sudden, there's a lot of, activity in the park, which I said there would be on the way here. But anyway, yeah, really good day. But the disappointing thing was that, yeah, you always have to bear in mind, sooner or later, these people, because they are so into all their stuff, are gonna pull stunts. It's baked into the system. I keep pointing out. But yeah, some fella who looks like some. Anyway, he's probably been picked for something. I'll just leave it to the shrinks and all their mates. But yeah, yeah, and yeah, that was that. The girl walking into town this morning, you will have seen what she looked like and all that. Now I responded, almost certainly a psychiatric worker. But yeah, it's like they are. You see the Stepford Wives type these Stepford Wives type performances, like I saw on the bridge. This is sort of linking in with that girl I saw on the bridge. Performing in the interests of powers they don't really understand. And under the guise of care, sort of thing, which is an element of, there's a significant element of power, as we all know. But anyway, and here comes some lads. I may lose my phone in a bit. I don't know. I doubt it. Wouldn't look good for the ad campaign. But anyway, I'll just keep an eye on them. But yeah. It's a propaganda tool. Is it? Let's have a look. Oh no, I don't know. Anyway, someone I once knew, I think. Is it? It may. No, it's not. Thank fuck. Anyway, it's someone who looks like, again, like we had with the girl. You're not going to nick my phone, are you, lads? No one's put you up to it, have you? Huh? Good, lads. I'll just do this while you're walking past. Well, you know, this is Anyway, like I said, one of them did look like they pulled with the girl outside the coffee shop, which they will do more and more, maybe. You can't rule it out, can you? Actually, that's inaccurate. That's someone I used to know. That is inaccurate, really, when you think about it. But anyway, yeah, they're always going to try these stunts. Like I said, great day apart from those two instances. Now they're pulling, stunts and so on and so forth, as they always will. But like I said, look at those girls. Look at the video of the girl walking through the park. It's a real Stepford Wives type of walk. And all these people who don't really know the power they're working for, do they? It's sanitised. Like I said, like we got a media effect around me saying Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army to sort of stop me from saying it. But you look around and it's, there are elements of it. Like I said, some people over there and all the rest of it. Amazing. But yeah, hang on, let me adjust my microphone. But yeah, it's really interesting stuff. Anyway, some fellas come in. He looks like he's got to walk with a purpose. I don't bloody know. But anyway, I better put this away and get back to the flat because you never know who's about these days. So yeah, all of a sudden, the park became a very popular place to be when I started filming. It was true that the walk of the girl through the park was almost like someone sedated, so almost someone like in the Stepford Wives, where in that case, what was it? It was patriarchy, and in this case, it's paternalism, a whole heap of paternalism and so on and so forth, an ad campaign, and powers. I'm not sure these people understand. I can't say flat out. No one understands this but me. Although I sort of can in some ways because I've known it longer than anyone else. But yeah, it's like what I said in the park. There was this kid who looked like someone I'm supposed to know but don't. Right? That's fact. Right? That is cast iron fact. And it's a stunt they've sort of pulled before. So I don't know whether I'm supposed to go running around the flat, throwing things all over the place. But it's just, that is a fact. They've pulled that stunt before and it had no effect before. And it will not have an effect again. However many times they pull that type of stunt. So the stunts they've got arranged, perhaps, for some stage in the future, they might as well fucking shelve them. They ain't going to go anywhere. But yeah, what was it? Oh man, microphone clip. The thing that attaches it to my clothing snapped on. So that's the thing that's pissed me off today. That's just about the only thing that's been a disappointment, a genuine disappointment. The stunt they pulled just before I left the flat. We sort of know it's like, it's one of the stunts that they pull on telly where they try to stop you talking in ways that challenged the narrative they wanted, and it seems there's people who don't like that. I don't know. I'm guessing off the top of my head, but there's other scientific stuff involved in that, other shenanigans involved in that we should all know. But no, come on, this has been going on for so long. So yeah, the notion, and it is the case, and sometimes they put it on, but it is the case. Maybe they always put it on, but it is the case that either I speak with people and they think they're part of some healing comedy, or they think they've got to go on in ways that to me suggest they may well be on steroids and amphetamines, as far as I know. Listen to how it goes, and that's sort of what I see. As we get more of Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army, which was the very stunt that they pulled, that they tried to stop me from characterising in that way, and yet that's a significant part of why that stuff's out there, sort of thing. But anyway, that's what I'm guessing anyway. So yeah, yet again, another day. But it's still, despite what went on in the park, which was pretty good anyway, but despite what they tried to pull in the park and in the lead up to going in the park, it's taken 3 weeks to start reading again. They may have engineered a scenario where they yet again see some great need to dope me up to the nines, like they sort of did this morning, without any. I think these days they don't even need to convince the bulk of their controllable audience. Like we saw in the park, like we saw with the girl this morning, who almost certainly went for a psychiatrist, and so on. But even downtown, even though I was giving a commentary, it was a really good experience. It was the best experience I've had in town so far. So today, it's taken 3 weeks since that psychiatric ward to get to the stage I was there after 6 weeks. And, and we see all the stunts they pull around that. Yeah, they're nothing major ultimately. But, it's a bit of a drag. To have these people in their ad campaign, and they can drug you up here, there and everywhere and all that sort of thing, when you sort of said, look, I think you lot may be stuck with the amalgam years. You may be stuck with with architect power and all the rest of it. That's really for them to sort out. Me, thank you very much. Not interested in the ad campaign, not interested in the Hollywood B movie 1950s type stuff that they try to make modern left, right and fucking centre now, don't they? But like I've counted, pointed out examples, I don't need to keep going over these examples, and I certainly don't need to go over the type of stunts that were pulled today. I've sort of gone over before, and it would just be me pulling the stunt they're pulling, of just droning on and on and on, since they're till they're so fucking boring that I can get to the point where I can just sit at a coffee shop while the ad campaign's going on, do a monologue, do a video, enjoy my coffee, have a pleasant chat with the guy serving the coffee. That may not last, by the way, because of the ad campaign, and just enjoy my day, sort of thing. But yeah, it really has been a good day. I'm really chuffed with it. But yeah, it's like, me talking about this stunt with Patrick O'Connor's Black and White Army that they tried to pull. You know, I did say when it happened, take a step back, look at the science, look at the shenanigans, see it for what it is, and just get on with it. And it's like, it really is a 1950s type scenario with 1950s type goals and 1950s type stunts. It's like, come on, for fuck's sake. It's like I said this morning in the flat. One of their favourites is gulls, right? Magic birds, gulls, crows, whatever. It all registers with me as magic birds, magic otherworldly birds from the Middle Ages, sort of thing. And this morning, as you probably know by now, they started to crack out the gulls. Without even, it coincided with me getting up to make a cup of coffee. All of a sudden, the gulls, silent. and I'm just thinking, for fuck's sake, these people are off their fucking heads. That's just the way it is. But anyway, like I said, next time I walk around town, you will see quite a few things, but not least, like what happened with the psychiatric worker, almost certainly trying to be noticed or dressed up and so on and so forth in this pretty bizarre costume. To come on, and they're trying to set up this, that, whatever. And it's just like if they haven't learned from TV like I learned from TV, then that's their lookout, isn't it? Even though they've got concoctions and their magical potions and so on and so forth. But anyway, like I said, I don't really need to explain some things that went on today because they didn't really register with me anymore. And I've covered it. How many more times would I need to cover it? Like I said, they're now stuck, it seems to me, with trying to pull stunts, and they'll leave it for a bit. I sort of know the mechanics of that, and how maybe it's supposed to work me or whatever, which sort of hints at the type of power that's really that is really one side of two-sided coin that they go with, where I don't really go with either. That is part of the, like what I've said before, not fucking interested in the adverts, not interested in the in this Hollywood type attempt to pull just about any stunt in the interest of this paternalistic type bollocks, with the type of drive subject positions that would, like I sort of said last night about the colour green. Anyway, and I am now, mind you, the danger of me saying this, of course, we know is they'll just up the drugs. That's something I've got to be aware of. But now I am starting to really get going, sort of thing. And today was a significant moment for that. Like I said, a few stints of reading, a very good day good morning in town. I'm doped up to take the full advantage of that. But like I said, they can just say, we care, take care, and all that bollocks. And we care, and, sort of, like, sort of obscure, perhaps, how the power's really working here. And they should know by now, even though they'll try and think that maybe that, whatever stunts they pull, I'll just spot them a mile off. I'm just not interested, sort of thing. So yeah, I don't know. They should, surely they know by now that the type of stunts they pull aren't going to make a blind bit of difference to me. But it seems that they're really, like, I don't know. I really have to question, these people are put in positions where they actually run things. It's like, how the fuck did that happen? But anyway, we'll carry on getting because I think we've seen that stunt on TV as well, haven't we? And on the internet. Well, they sort of tried to stop me saying try and stop parts of my argument, if I want to argue stuff, to then try and, try and position me in subject positions that suit them and their whatever they want, which is, whatever. But part of that is to just keep doing the shit. So basically, no matter how good a day I've had, and today was, the best by far, on the 3 weeks to the day that I got off that psychiatric ward, as we get shenanigans down there, possibly initiating. Like I said, they would build them up and try to make capital off it. But yeah, I'm really uninterested. But yeah, good day. Despite all the bullshit that gets pulled. At the moment, I think I did say about cabbies all around town during the school run. It's like, you think, hang on a sec, didn't you used to say that the people waiting in town couldn't get a taxi because you lot were doing the school run? That's changed, hasn't it? All of a sudden. Anyway, I'm not particularly interested. Right, I've run out of money today. I'll get paid tonight, and I may splash out on something to reward myself for such a great day. But I'm starting to get into reading materials that I may well be interested in. It depends on the editing, I suppose, the degree of the editing and all the rest of it. I think that they tried to pull with an AI service that I use. It's, like I said, total institution. Ad agency going hell for leather for an ad campaign to end all ad campaigns, sort of thing. And like I keep saying, everyone else might buy it. I don't think people beyond the controllable audience will buy it, all of them. But there's also another one who ain't buying it, and that's me.